Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this, the Preveil Sage Ahead story. These stories are so much better when they're told by one of your peers because Andrew's story is your story and hitting product market fit and great sales execution, and then needing to put the FinOps tech stack in place in order to help the company win its market. My name's David Apple, Global Head of the SaaS vertical here at Sage Intacct. Joining me is Andrew Piligian, the CFO of Preveil. Andrew, would you tell everyone who is Andrew and who is Preveil?
Thank you, David. Yeah, like you said, my name is Andrew Piligian. I'm the CFO here at Preveil, an encryption SaaS company based in Boston, Mass. We offer zero trust, simple, affordable, end-to-end encrypted email and file storage and collaboration services. We operate seamlessly within Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, and Android operating environments, and we have mail plugins for both Gmail and Outlook. We have commercial clients, but we are significantly utilized by defense contractors, specifically known as what's the defense industrial base, who need to adhere with government-driven compliance as part of their basic contractual obligations. And so within these contracts, there's what's known as controlled unclassified information. So that's kind of what we cater our services around. And we also offer additional subscription services to help these customers along their journey to compliance.
Everybody, what you're hearing is a big TAM, security and collaboration, and then making their initial cohort very successful with the defense industrial base and seeing the product market fit underneath that, and then having the triggers happen of, I need to prepare for more growth. So Andrew, would you share with everybody, because folks, we put this slide together. This was Andrew's actual checklist that he used in order to make his decision on the platform upon which to scale. Would you give everyone a little bit more context what was happening in the company?
Yeah, so for some perspective, we're operating on a pretty basic financial system infrastructure right now, which has suited our needs to date. But there have been some signs that, hey, with our growth, we kind of need to upgrade our systems and infrastructure here. And to be honest, at the crux of my role here is to have an eye for the future in terms of projecting how we're doing things today and asking ourselves, is this what we're doing today operationally scalable or not? And so many of the company's moving parts, to be honest, from having a tight and efficient order to cash process, having a strong reliance on accurate, timely monthly closes to be able to analyze and react very quickly. And having reporting flexibility. So as the needs of the business change and grow in complexity, we can kind of redefine how we look at the business, really rely on a buttoned up finance function to help drive these things to perfection. And so certainly that comes with, a really kind of robust accounting system and ERP. And for us, I just felt personally that with my familiarity with the organization and tenure here, having started a little bit about a year ago, and having a better grasp around our dynamics and kind of how we want to define our business and just wanting to stay a little bit ahead of the curve. All those things really made sense right now in terms of pulling the trigger on a decision.
Yeah, again, Andrew's story is all of your story. Rapid growth happening, and then building models coming out, and then how do you communicate with the executive team? What's going on so you can forearm shiver the bad guys in the marketplace and win your market. So Andrew and everybody, we broke this down into 3 sections. The first one's about the reporting environment he needed, and then the ease of use to really get scale and efficiency, and then what he thought the future was in the green, the blue, and the yellow section. Would you start off, tell everybody a little bit, what did you need to do and hope for with your reporting and forecasting?
Yeah. So like you said, certainly I like to kind of do both kind of granular analysis and then kind of think big picture. And these having things defined in these 3 categories certainly helped for me. So first off, in terms of reporting, the SaaS intelligence dashboard was probably the number one thing that stuck out at me in my overall selection process. My background kind of coming up through FP&A, I tend to have a personal fear of multi-dependent metrics just sitting in a system being calculated in a black box, just whether they're being inaccurate and or static and you can't really manage it and who knows how everything's being done. I'm just so used to downloading and dumping and doing all the formulas in Excel. But I was very impressed, I'll say, with the ability to not only kind of double click and control how calculations are being made, the standard ones like CAC, LTV, CAC ratios, things like that. Now, understanding how those are being done in the system, but also being able to filter and kind of redefine and retweak them at the root level. Certainly gave me confidence. And, particularly like other companies out there, as an earlier stage SaaS company, you're learning just as much about your business and kind of what works versus what doesn't early on. And you may want to cater metrics around, those kind of critical areas. So being able to track them and tweak them certainly helped. And then certainly just a large piece of it too is consolidating your tech stack. Traditionally, there are certainly companies out there that have your SaaS metrics in one system, your accounting, the ERP in another, and then you're having to manage both and integrate both. But really having one system that does everything, kind of full P&L, certainly helps. And then in similar vein as the SaaS metrics, the financial reporting, having multiple stakeholders internally and externally, it's super critical to be able to tailor your reporting to the audience, whether it's on a cash basis, a GAAP basis, or some other pro forma oriented reporting.
Everybody, you all know this for yourselves. Being able to have the data with the right dimensions in order to parse it and analyze it for internal stakeholders, board, other financiers that you have out there are all critical to becoming successful. Let's move into the second section then, the blue section on you wanted more efficiency and usability for the team. Take everybody through what your decisions were there.
Yeah, so like I said, you really want to project ahead. We're a team of two right now, a CFO and a controller. So really kind of projecting the product going forward, and maybe in my hands now, but it's going to be in a team's hands at some point in the future. So really understanding kind of the automation between that is being offered in the product with automated vendor recognition and kind of other kind of in the weeds processes, if you will, collections and dunning. That certainly gave me confidence, and obviously with a intuitive kind of easy user interface, that was another plus. And knowing that we'll have business stakeholders getting into some of the basic workflows in the system, if it's something like expense approvals, you want kind of non-finance people in the system and having it being presented very clearly for them. So it's very intuitive and it's easy for them to control.
And all coming back to like you needed a strategy and the tactics, managing cash flow through today's economy with efficient AP and AR, get the billing out. That's how you run a great capital efficient business. So let's then move into the third area, the futures, what it is you wanted to, where the puck is going in the business model, the flexibility you wanted in your operating model.
Yeah, so we're certainly in this together. It's definitely a partnership, and I'm trying to, certainly want to invest in a system. We talked about customer lifetime value that is going to grow with us. And some of the features that were being presented to us in the future, gave me confidence that this system is going to support us, and you guys are going to grow as we grow. And the last thing, so that was certainly a plus. And then the other piece of it, the stage ahead, the actual implementation. The last thing I want to tell my boss is that we just invested in this new system, and you're going to get 30% of me because I'm going to be, for the next 8 months, I'm going to be focused on an implementation. It was really nice to see that you guys have a packaged up kind of best in class, what's worked best for our peers in the industry type offering, and kind of be able to get ourselves out on the ground running quickly with you guys. And lastly, just resource wise, knowing that we have offerings at our disposal like Sage University and some of the community forums and offerings that you guys will offer. It's great to connect with industry peers. And so that's certainly stuff to look forward to.
Well, we all get there by working together, right? It takes a village to put in the ERP system. So it's absolutely there. And I love that all of our investments in empowering AI to automate the ingestion and the analysis of data really came across. I'm glad that made an impact for you. We got one more thing on there, the orange thing at the very bottom on price, because you got to be smart with your capital investments. Would you walk everybody through what happened with you there?
Yeah, no, you're certainly right. And I touched on it earlier. It's nice to know that we can consolidate systems and simplify them and really get good bang for our buck operating with Sage, and that we can do both, have our kind of our detailed automated accounting function sit with you guys, as well as, our SaaS metrics and all of our reporting.
Yeah, and that kind of that price point of being that much less expensive, really making things capital efficient for you. So for everybody, you can get the same journey as Andrew with our Sage Ahead. Get over 500 different SaaS subscription usage, project billing models, each with their revenue recognition, world-class revenue recognition. over 200 different investor metrics, both looking backwards and forwards, created up to 80% faster because it's all in one system, and AI leveraging the ingestion of transactions as they're coming, so you can move that much faster. As Andrew said, you can get this up and running as quickly as 60 days because you can take advantage of all the best practices we've learned from thousands of deployments with your peers. And when you add up purchasing all these different things and trying to put them together in the integration costs, we can be up to 40%, sometimes even more or less expensive in order for you to become successful. And that's a great use of capital. We'd love for you to take advantage of these outcomes for yourself. And if you wish to learn more, simply go to sage.com/US/sageahead, sage.com/US/sageahead. Andrew, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I really appreciate the time, David. It's nice to know that we're going to be working together going forward.
Thank you. Thank you for being our customer and for taking the time to take everything you learned from your very exhaustive process to share with others so they can make theirs even more educated. Folks, we really appreciate you spending the time with us today, and I wish everybody a great day.